Very good evening, guys. Since it's evening at my end, so very good evening, you guys. And I will be starting out with today's session is all about creating a custom countdown ledge. So if you guys haven't watched my video on the very basics of countdown ledge, so please go and revisit the same, so that you can get an idea of what is a very basic theory of countdown ledge. But here I'm just briefing what I had in the previous video is all about. There is a main thread, there are dependent threads. Dependent threads, they started out with some counter value, and once they are doing their own task at specific time intervals, they are decrementing the same, and it gives chance to the main to continue and resume their interrupt. When child is doing something, main is not allowed to do anything or performing anything else in between, so it will await for that thing. So what I have done is that I don't have any idea of Java, that how Java has created a custom countdown ledge, okay, to be very frank. And I thought, why couldn't I create my own custom countdown ledge? Similarly, something had Java had done while it had created a custom custom countdown ledge. So I created my own countdown ledge. I have given it the name called Custom Countdown Ledge. I never claimed or never proved that it is just very equivalent to very equivalent to the countdown ledge which Java had. But I have put my efforts to achieve at least somewhat nearby to that what Java had created. So if we got to know about this custom countdown ledge, obviously it gives you an idea of what is going to happen out. Okay, so custom countdown ledge, what I have done is that I have created one count variable. Although there is something I have mentioned very clearly in the examples, I have created one count variable type. Okay, in that count variable type, I have done some modifications. It's this counter that is being used to track what child threads have been starting out. So this is the child threads which have been starting out, and this will always keep a track of which as a counter it will behave as a counter variable. Okay, and I have initialized this within a custom constructor. And then similarly to that, only for two methods I have provided the functionality. So just a minute, there is some copy mistakes that have been done. Yeah, it's okay now. So what I have been done is that in the await method, I have been checking the current thread, because the thread will only be I would say be done if the count variable value reaches to a 0, or if it is being interrupted. So for that interruption I have thrown the exception, and if it is greater than 0 then it should wait. Otherwise, if it is 0, I mean that any child thread task is being completed. Okay, so that's what I have said, that current thread to wait until one of the following things has not happened, unless the count reaches to 0 or the thread is interrupted. Okay, so that is what the await means. You have to wait. And similarly for the countdown, because what happens is that whenever the thread completed functionality, it calls the countdown to decrement the counter value, and that's what I have shown, that it is decrementing the counter value here. And if it is equal to 0, then what happens is we have to call and notify the main method all the child threads, all the child threads have been done, so now you can resume your task. Okay, so for await means to wait till the stage if it is thread is completed task or it is being interrupted, till that it is wait, otherwise call the countdown. And then what I have done is that I have created my own runnable. I have given and has a reference of my own custom countdown ledge, which I used to say. Okay, so this is something and has a reference I have added into it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm mistake with the typo, just a minute. Okay, and this is the way that I am initializing it in the constructor. If you want to use a Lombok, you can go for a Lombok framework, and then I am executing it for the 2 times, and I am saying that the custom countdown latch, which is the custom countdown latch, as you can see in the highlighted one, it has started, and I'm producing thread name also, and it is saying that it is decrementing the value of countdown. Let's suppose if there are 3 threads started, so it will decrement the countdown to first to 2 to 1 and then to 0. Okay, this is the order. And this is my runnable. So I have my own custom countdown custom countdown latch, similarly like Java, a bit of like Java. It has its own 2 methods which I have shown. I keep a variable count to track it out, all those things. I have my own runnable which has added out it as a reference, and it has overridden its run method, and here I am testing the same. So what I have done is that I created an object of Saral custom CountDownLatch, that is my own class, and then I have passed it to the runnable. Okay, here I make it a value of 3, so there will be 3 child threads who will be doing something with the countdown, and they will be decrementing the countdown, and once the countdown decrement, the main thread will start doing its task. Okay, so let's run this program and just see the magic if I is able to create something like Java or not. And yeah, hooray. So you can say that I started out with the countdown 3, it reduces to 2, 1 to 0, and then it has ended out. So something that I can say that I have achieved like Java, I am able to do. I am not proving or taking an ownership that Java has done something like, but I have been successfully able to do it for at least 2. So this is just to clarify your concepts, clarify your doubts, how we can create a custom countdown latch. I am just pulling up this code into GitHub for you guys. If you want to do something, I have been missing it out, or you can go and add it out into the open repositories. And if you have still any questions, you can message me and you can send me the request on LinkedIn. I will be very happy to answer your queries there itself. Okay, so thank you guys, thanks a lot.